No shoes off in my house.
Squad.
Gang.
All right, we ready?
We're ready.
Jumping into it?
Yeah.
All right, y'all, we back on the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. This is the first episode of 2026 that we're filming in 2026. It's currently Valentine's Day, February 14th. Much love to everyone that's been supporting the podcast all these years since we started in November of 2021. We celebrated 4 years of the podcast in November. And yeah, we back here. We just had a show last night. Me and Marcus performed at the Cobra Friday the 13th in Nashville, in East Nashville. We're throwing down. And we had a great friend of ours come to visit to support us at the show. And he's back here on the pod again for his third time on the podcast. Welcome back, legend JG, to the Podskeee.
Man, we back. And it was a great show last night. If you weren't there, you're a loser. No, we love everybody, but, you know, we can have observations of your actions, not judgments.
We appreciate everyone that was there. It was a cool little crowd. And super talented guys that we're performing with. Shaka D Cakes, Southside MAB, Nate Mack, King doing his thing, K9. Shout out those guys. They're fucking awesome. Super talented dudes. It was great to start the year off with the show. First show of the year. Filming the first podcast of the year. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. We were talking about it recently. I know me and Marcus and I mentioned it to JG as well about just trying to get, JG's been good about posting a lot of clips lately from the last episode we had him on. And I just have so many, there's 70 plus episodes that we have from the podcast, hours and hours of footage and great conversations that we need to reintroduce in clip form to people because more people are going to engage with the clips more than anything. So that's my goal over the next few weeks is to really start piling up these episodes and having the schedule to release them, and then also just hitting you with the podcast clips all the time and building the brand, doing more with like the lyric videos and stuff, and just promoting my brand. I have so much music and podcast episodes. It's time to really put ourselves out there in person and online.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And the only way to finish is to start.
Yes, sir. So we're just doing a little bit every day, and I've got a ton I'm working on right now.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out to boys for supporting me.
Got to support the homies.
Me and Marcus rocked a joint set last night. We did some of our collaborations that we have together, including Smoking in the Rain off of the deluxe version of my last album in rotation. He did Sex on the Beach.
Great song for Valentine's Day, by the way.
I just paid a cover entry to get in to say hi to my friends, so that's what I did.
And drove all the way from Knoxville to be
right
here.
there.
He's a real
That's
one.
what real homies do.
Hey, man.
Driving 2.5 hours just to see us.
It's just a little bit of time travel, nothing too big, you know.
He's got the time travel goggles on.
I do my own stunts. Shouts out to the brand that I'm wearing. We're not going to mention them because they haven't sponsored us yet.
But they will soon.
Yet.
They will soon.
Yet.
But I also performed my most recent song, Boss Shit, which is on all streaming platforms right now. Yeah, me and Marcus did some of our unreleased shit. It was super fun. Marcus was ripping some guitar solos.
What about that one song? One night, all you need is one night. One night can change your life.
Yes, sir.
That was a bop.
So many serendipitous things that have happened, though, even in the last 24 hours. But even so with all the people that I've met over the years that I've been living in Nashville, almost coming up on 4 years in April living here. Just super thankful for all the good times, all the good people I've met, and it's just inspired me to keep going. And
you can't be in the right spot if you're always in one spot. You got to move around a little bit and just let the universe come to you sometimes, you know?
Yeah, you know, one of my favorite sayings is from my guy Travell. Shout out Travell. He said, "The freshest rivers keep flowing."
Man, that's the truth. Somebody told me, I was always under the impression like rivers flowed one direction, but I was told recently like rivers flow in multiple directions at the same time, which I have to see that for myself to believe it. Because how can you flow forward and backwards?
I wonder if it's like different parts of the river, maybe one part's going this way, the one's
How, Sway? How?
It's a great question.
It
Different
sounds great, but how does that actually happen?
Maybe it's like even like in terms of your life, in some parts of your life you are making progress, in some parts you are falling behind. Like I've always thought about that. Like I've been so locked in my music for years. Sometimes I neglect my health. Sometimes like
You gotta do your push-ups, bro.
that's for sure.
I see the pull-up bar.
Yes, sir.
If you just did 5 every time you had to take a piss, you'd be straight.
We be ripping them. I've been ripping them.
I would be. I pee a lot.
I'd probably break.
Stay hydrated.
I'd probably break that pull-up bar. I accidentally at the festival. What was that? You remember that push-up machine or whatever?
No.
I like smashed the hell out of it on accident.
You don't remember that when me and
You
Marcus
remember that?
came to perform?
I do remember that, but that was you who broke my push-up machine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I call it a machine, but
I mean, it's got a mechanic. It's
device.
a tool. Yeah, a device. We fixed it though, so it's
Oh, you
all
did?
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it still works. It's in
Nice.
it's in the home gym now. I don't ever use it anymore. I just go to the real gym because you know.
It's better with real weights, like a bar. There's nothing like pressing a real barbell against your chest,
No, you gotta get the real resistance. Fight the resistance. La resistance.
so we're back on the Podskeee.
We're back.
Marcus has been on maybe more times than like anybody on the
At
podcast.
this point, probably.
He's definitely one of the most frequent guests of the podcast.
frequent flyer.
Zoom zoom.
JG is making his 3rd appearance on the podcast, so he's definitely up there. Only a few people have ever been on 2 or 3.
This is rarefied air right here.
3rd time is a charm. Aren't we charming?
Jeez. So yeah, we had a great time last night. We were chilling today. We just got some Waffle House, and like I said, we were watching Talladega Nights.
Dude, if you ain't first, you're last. And in this game, it's cold. Gotta stay warm. Put on your hoodie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
So funny, dude.
Would you ride around with a cougar?
Yes, I love cats.
I was talking about different types of cougars.
Yes.
You gotta ride around with the fear.
Yes,
I
and
want
yes.
both of them in the car at the same time.
Right? It's a lot of feisty cat right there, boy.
Boy, we know Marcus loves his cats.
I do.
Cat Dad of the Year.
Shout out to Lota and shout out to Figura. If you're watching this,
fuck
you
those
probably
cats.
aren't. Hey, fuck you. Don't be dissing my
No,
cats
I'm
like
kidding.
that.
Nah, cats are cool. You know what I found out about cats? Is that they can like reset your nervous system with their purrs.
Really?
Yeah, because
It
it's
makes
like
sense because a lot of times they'll sit on your chest, so it's like directly kind of like at your heart.
and they're just like, and the vibrations,
The
you know,
frequency, yeah.
and just resets you. Kind of like how I've been doing all day. I've been asleep like most of the day. I ain't gonna lie to you,
We
but
went to bed pretty late though.
you know, we partied hard.
Yeah.
So you were sober.
Yeah,
But he's
so
so
That doesn't mean you can't party.
yeah. By the way, I've been like sober for like the past month, and I have superpowers. And sometimes you got to be sober to tap into them, which is kind of cool.
I feel that I did take the month of January off from drinking and smoking, which smoking has always been more of a tough challenge for me, and it felt great. But then I went on a nice vacation with my family, got to enjoy myself a bit, enjoyed myself last night, but I'm ready to lock back in and just get back after it and just save that stuff for special occasions and like maybe some weekends, but I'm ready to just keep working on what we got going on over here. We got a lot of good things cooking, great people we're working with.
Right. You got off a business call right before we started the show.
Yeah.
That's good. These are good things.
Hopefully, yeah, we can talk about
Can't disclose
more
it
about
yet.
that in
No.
the future.
Yeah, we don't know nothing about that.
Right.
I was just here and I knew about it.
Say, well, it'll be exciting to see where that may lead us. Yeah, for sure.
But you know, it's kind of funny because the first podcast we were on, all the stuff that you had planned, that you were like, we got to wait to hold off on it. You didn't mention it, and it all came to pass. So this is like a good omen, you know?
I don't know. I've always been when stuff like that, when you're not sure and like when you're working with other people. But I've always been, if there's something I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna speak it into existence. Like I'll tell you exactly what the plans are for this year. Like I can tell you right now.
To blow up. They want to see what happens when a star goes supernova. Somebody said it's like the death of a star. I had a really cool chat with ChatGPT, and you know what it told me? Supernova is not the end.
Isn't a black hole after that? Right?
There's there's a neutron star and a quasar, so there's 3 things that could happen depending on how big the star was before it exploded.
Wonder what's gonna happen with Betelgeuse.
Because it's really close, and so hopefully it's not a black hole. But if it is, you know, because like in my lifetime they told us that like if you see a black hole it's too late, but now they make black holes on the planet, so who knows, man? Who knows?
Anybody watch Stranger Things? Dude, go.
Hey, 11. Shouts out to Millie Bobby Brown and the Trad Wives.
And the Trad Wives.
Happy Valentine's Day.
This guy.
I just think it's really cool that like today is the day that like, not to woman bash or anything, but this is the day that a lot of women find out if they're Cardi B or Taylor Swift. You get the joke?
Elaborate. I mean, obviously, I think
because the last Super Bowl, Taylor Swift was in the box celebrating with her man, but this Super Bowl, Cardi B was with somebody, and then the other somebody was in the front row, and her man didn't do too hot this Super Bowl.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry.
Still,
wah, wah.
Not the finest year for
Still
the
tied
Pats.
with the Steelers for most Super Bowl wins.
That's
We're
right.
tied.
Your team beat my team in the championship game, so I'm really not tripping that you lost in the Super Bowl.
You fuck with the Broncos.
Yeah, buddy.
That was even a shitty game too. It's pretty boring, honestly. But
Yeah.
so was the Super Bowl. But the Pats were just playing so awfully. But had a great time in Florida though. Had a good month being sober. Just diving deeper into myself and my faith. Something me and JG have talked a lot about.
If you don't believe in God, you're weird. Because how could all this stuff happen?
Marcus. No, that's
I
not.
don't necessarily not believe in God, though. I think there is something more to this. I just
You just don't want to put a name on it, and that's okay. You'll get there.
It's all right. Yeah.
I think it's more like I don't like organized religion. I think is my thing, but I do think that there is something greater that brings us together.
That's God.
God.
Okay. And, just because it's not a religion.
We're all
behind it.
thinking the same. It's all the same thing. It's all, if God is one thing, dude. It's like we're all arguing about what that God is, but it's like, dude, like, does it really matter?
He ain't gonna change. He's still there. So like, you can put this name on it, put that name on it, put these steps behind it. It's just, I believe that there's only one true way to Him, and that's Jesus, folks. If you didn't know, He is the way, the truth, and the life. And there's only one way to God, and that's through Him. Don't know the exact Bible verse, but it's in the book somewhere. Just had to put that out there for you all, if you were questioning.
Isn't it? Man, trying to wonder where we could go.
We can go anywhere you want to, man.
I know, that's the question. What I was just thinking of what I was trying to say, but a little banged up right now from last night.
Sheesh, man.
Sheesh. And I didn't even drink that much, dude.
It was
Just a long day, and
it's a lot of energy. Like it was just, like you said, you had to put on a show. That takes a lot of work, and then you party a little bit after. That takes some work, and work is exhausting sometimes.
we getting right back to it. We out here.
We out here grinding,
Out here grinding.
because that's what you have to do as an artist. If you're not trying to do better, you're going to stay stuck and stagnant. So you got to put yourself out there just a little bit. That's what you guys were talking about, right? It's, if you want to be a part of the scene, you can't be behind the camera. You got to be in the foreground. A lot of people like to stay in the background, but you still got to be in the shot if you want to be a part of the scene.
Check us out. We're on the screen right now. Having some real conversations about life and what we've been doing, like catching up. So, like, what else have you been up to since we last saw you at the Trapped Out Campout?
Well, I have been removed from a group because of my ideas. And the only idea that I had that was in disagreement with the group was, I'd like to make money, right? I mean, if you do some work, you want to get paid for it. And there were members of the group who disagreed with me on that, and they kicked me out. So when you see me posted on anybody's page other than Legend JG, that's clout chasing. This will get reposted, so this is not I'm not talking.
You're not talking about us.
Yeah, not talking about them because I want to post this and this is them, so they're going to post that. But if you see me anywhere else that I don't approve of, obviously, then is what it is. I'm not trying to be mean or weird, but like, as a team, if you suggest things to make the team better and you continually get shut down, and then the team doesn't get better, and then they remove you, that's jealousy 100% of the time. And
that's the universe telling you it's time to move on solo,
That part, And so I've always been a solo artist. I kind of fly by myself, but at the end of the day, that's what eagles do. They spread their wings and fly high. We don't mess with the crows.
The symbol of America right there.
And I don't hate anybody individually or anything like that. It's just whenever you're moving as a team, you have to be able to move in one accord. And if you can't do that, then it's not a very strong team. A house divided will fall. It's also
it's
in the
tough.
book.
I mean, yeah, me and Marcus have dealt with similar stuff, but we've stayed close as friends, and it's tough when you're trying to be unified.
Well, no, I was told that we weren't really friends. We didn't agree with business, and we should just stick with making music. But at the end of the day, if I don't like you as a person,
people aren't your friends.
That's kind of weird to me. And so I won't get into all the details of it, but these were things that were said to me after I was told we're done here. So at the end of the day, I'm not a disrespectful person. And if anybody ever wants to have a conversation with me, man to man, one person to one person, we can do that. But, hiding behind a group of people to try to make yourself look better than you actually are is kind of weird too. That's just a general statement for anybody who's listening.
I don't want to get too into it because I love the more positive vibes that we always talk about. But I'm just curious, obviously, and you have the right to speak about what you've been going on.
That was since the Trapped Out Camp Out. That happened most recently. But me, personally, what I got going on, I got music coming out. I've been making art other than music because I found out that there's 1 million songs uploaded to Spotify every day. And I don't want to get lost in the sauce, so I'm just doing my own thing. And, if people see me, they see me. If they don't, then I'm a ghost. And I'm cool with that because I know that I'm here and I'm here to stay and I ain't going nowhere. Hey, 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 hey.
Plus, we also got something cooking up.
We do. With all the craziness going on in the world, I just think we should discuss that a little bit in my song, our song, in my verse. That's what I'm putting about. It's how crazy life is right now. But I got music coming out. I'm gonna try to put out a single every month. If I don't, then I didn't feel like it, just to be honest. But that doesn't mean the homies didn't hear the song. So if you didn't hear it, that means you probably aren't the homies.
Yeah, out of the loop.
Yeah. Got to be in the loop to hear my music. But no, I've been creating stuff, bro. Just, causing conflict and chaos where I can to see what happens when the dust settles.
See who's still there.
Yeah. So it's all, like I said, it's still positive, but, some people can't control or handle, extreme shakeups. I'm built for tough. I'm built for this. I'm built for this.
Right. I mean, yeah, you can't let shit keep you from moving forward, doing what you got to do as an artist.
I mean, if you see those two guys, the two great prophets on the wall, you can't see them because they're behind the camera. But, you got Tupac and Snoop Dogg. They were positive, but when they were coming up, there were a lot of people who didn't think they were positive.
Or Jesus, too.
Or Jesus. Or Jesus. So at the end of the day, the truth shall set you free. And so I think we should start dabbling in the truth,
Right.
and instead of trying to pretend that what isn't real is real, and stick to what is real.
Yeah, I mean, you got to speak your mind, bro. And no matter what the consequences of that may be, you can't be afraid to live your life and hold back.
Oh no, can't live in fear. Like no, one thing that I've noticed in my dreams are
Ride with the cougars.
riding with the cougars.
Ride with the fear.
But no, exactly. If you just ride with it, it'll drive you. I had a dream last night that was, some might consider a nightmare, but I kept my cool and I got to stay in the dream instead of waking up in a panic. You know what I mean? It was actually kind of cool. And then when I'm not going to speak on the details of it, but there was somebody in the dream that I was like, hey, has this happened to you before? And they're like, huh? How did you know that? Interdimensional space travel in your sleep. That's something that, that's a topic that a lot of people don't really talk about, but I'm on to something here, guys. I'm on to something.
So you think maybe it's parallel universes when you're going to sleep, like different outcomes or something like that, or dimensions?
Kind of sort of how that drawing that I showed you with the spiral and then in the coil, and we just talked about how you can go backwards in the river flow. Well, I feel like that's how you do it, is through our dreams, and we stay grounded in this dimension or this reality through whatever grounds us here. But when we sleep, like, I don't know, I feel like I've been awake.
Tapping it into those other places.
Exactly.
I like that.
So have you lucid dream?
I've lucid dreamed. I've been in sleep paralysis. I've seen the dark shadow. I've seen all of it. I've done all the cool things, man. I've done all the cool things.
Just to see what it's like.
Yeah, sleeping is one of my superpowers.
I love to sleep.
Back in high school, I would sit on the training table, be the first one out on the field at football practice, and I would sit on the training table and unloose my pads and just sit like this and sleep for like 15 minutes before every football practice.
Good nap.
Good
They
nap.
say a quick 15, 20 minute nap could do wonders for your energy.
It really does. It resets you. Shoot, when we were watching Ricky Bobby, I kept passing out, and it felt like I was asleep for hours, and the movie's only 2.5. So
Not even, dude. It's like, I think it's 2, mate. Not even.
It's like
Maybe hour 45. I feel like I felt like it's forever too. We passed out watching last night and kept watching this morning, and then we turned it on. I looked at the thing. I think it was like an hour and a half in. It said there's like 20 minutes left or whatever.
yeah, but I kept falling asleep and waking up and be like, dude, was I asleep for hours? Nah, bro, you're like asleep for like 20 minutes. So that's what I mean. Time and space is relative. So if you go to a corner in space where there ain't no other objects, you could probably feel like you're there forever. When really you're only there for 5 minutes.
I hear sometimes people talk about when people die, they have a DMT trip at the very end, and it's like some people kind of theorize it's like they almost live another lifetime just in that moment and that kind of thing. And it's like I like that kind of, not that I necessarily believe in that, but like it'd be kind of interesting, the concept of like, every time you die, you just like have another life in that DMT trip, and you just keep.
That's why I haven't tried DMT yet, is because,
It's
I don't want to
intense
chase
drug.
a dragon when I'm dead.
Yeah.
So I want to like feel the full experience of it, if that's the case.
True.
It'd be like my first time, like, wow, what is this?
True.
I do want to try ayahuasca though.
I was gonna say, let's go to the fucking jungle.
Man, that would be great.
That's a trip on my bucket list, to go to the Amazon, or somewhere outside of the Amazon, not necessarily in the Amazon. I don't know if I could do that, but I've been watching Joe Rogan podcast recently with Paul Rosalie, this guy who works to preserve the Amazon, and he's got some crazy stories.
Dude, why would you get rid of the Amazon knowing all the benefits that it has?
Yeah, I mean, it applies
Greed.
most of the oxygen on Earth.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here, people?
That's what they do, though. They start paying the people that are just trying to make a living, and their job is to cut down the forest. They start paying them more to help preserve the forest. So that's sometimes they're just people that need a job. You know, obviously they're not doing a great thing, but it's not always like so black and white. Like, oh, they're terrible people for doing this. Like, they just have a family to feed.
It's so crazy what people will do for money too. Like, I understand like the billionaires have a lot of money, and they can pay to do whatever they want to, but like the people who are actually doing the work, why? Did you know Jeff Bezos is building a 10,000-year-old clock in a mountain?
A 10,000-year-old clock?
It's going to go like it's something like every 100 years the bell rings, and every 1,000 years a cuckoo comes out, and it's supposed to last for 10,000 years.
That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, he's spending right. He's
No
spending.
one's gonna be there to fucking see it.
He's spending $44 million on it or something like that. I think that's what I saw. And we still have people that are hungry, and they don't. Oh, I don't know how to solve world hunger.
We're gonna make.
You're cutting down trees.
Making a big clock.
But you can't make farms? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right, because we're making plastic food and plastic meat from 3D printers. So it's really a cold game, really, I think that we're in right now. And I think that when people actually start waking up, and they'll be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. And then these billionaires won't have as much power as they do.
I pray and have hope for the future that like the most successful businesses and people will be the ones that are actually benefiting society.
That's kind of what I hope too, and not even like the person at the top, because I don't think anybody is at the top. I think it's more of a flat thing, because we're all equal. But I think more so than not, somebody gets a little bit of a big head and thinks they're above people, and then wants to start to dictate how other people move. But I mean, I don't think that should be the case at all. I think we should all be able to move sovereignly within ourselves, and if you move in a way that other people don't like, then you will be moving alone. But if other people agree with you, you'll find your tribe or your community, and y'all will move together, and you won't step on any other tribes. You'll just move throughout space and time, and life will be good.
I feel like we're just in the era of people getting exposed. Like, no matter like how much later it happens, eventually the truth comes to light, and people, even though people know how rich and powerful they are, they're gonna get exposed for who they really are.
Yeah, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light, and that's why it's good to.
A lot of fucked up shit coming
right now.
The what?
The world. I said that we're seeing that in an alarming way
right now. Say a lot of shit is coming to the light right now.
Well, I mean, even with those files, we won't say anybody's names or nothing. But even with those files, they it's like, so you see what's going on, and we're going to do nothing. Like, I think we talked about this last night.
Yeah.
In my lifetime, a president was going to get impeached for getting head in the Oval Office. They said, I saw an alarming stat that our president's name currently is in the files more than Jesus' name is in the Bible.
38,000 times.
That's alarming. If you say, oh, well, he didn't do anything, oh, it's the Justice Department. I'm not trying to persecute him.
The Dow Jones, it's over 50,000 though.
But also now with like technology and stuff, it's so hard to like prove like shit, and like eventually, and I think in the future more, it's going to be hard to distinguish things like what is actually true.
Well, there's this, I heard about this movie called Mercy, and it's like AI is the court system, and once you get prosecuted, you have 2 hours to plead your case or you're guilty.
I saw the trailer for that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, well, what did I say yesterday? If there's no one to see the crime, did the crime really happen?
I said, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound?
Right, and so I think a lot of the people who went to that spot, shouts out to LeBron James, but whoever went to, you got the joke, whoever went to that spot, they kind of thought that nobody would ever find out, and now that we're finding out, it's like, what are we going to do about it? And I'm not proposing violence by any means. I think that's weird to like be violent, but at the end of the day, why are we listening to people who we know are bad people?
And still letting them run our country.
And not just one man. Not just one man.
Not just one man, it's the whole system.
The whole system.
That's right.
So
just back in the day, it'd be a revolution. Start the
they did,
government over again.
They did cut off Marie Antoinette's head. That is a thing. They put her on the guillotine. So Shouts out to the French Revolution, our biggest allies in the American Revolution. If you do your history before they change it all, read a book or something. Read a book. Get off the internet. Internet is bad. Actually, stay on the internet so you can watch these types of podcasts like us. You can
That
see
question the truth. Like, we're not just going to believe everything that's told to us. We're always going to be at least curious about.
It's like I'm at the point now where I don't even care to know what they lied about. I want to know what they're not telling us.
The redacted shit.
Yes, exactly.
I have a feeling the redacted parts is probably, if I had to theorize, obviously, don't know, but I have a theory that the redacted parts are kind of about more like global geopolitics, like us getting into wars and like us starting conflicts. I have a feeling that it has to deal with something with wars and like how they can manipulate media to start these wars and all that stuff. That's my theory on it, because that's the only thing I could think of worse than eating babies.
Well, I ran for politics once. Can I tell you a funny story about serendipity? I ran for a party who wasn't red, so that makes them blue. And I was in the primary, so I was running up against another blue boy. And the only reason why I ran, shouts out to, the Middle East. The only reason why I ran for the seat was because I went to go.
And ran so far. Sorry, I love this song.
That's a flock of seagulls.
Banger.
Big birds. Shouts out to Vice City.
You were saying?
Oh yeah, well, my bad. I digress. But I ran because I went to the party and I was like, hell, I want to help out. I want to get my voice, like not get my voice heard, but I want to like make sure that like, I'm doing my part as a civilian to make sure that we're moving in the right direction as a country. Well, they looked at the district that I lived in, because you have to sign up and give them your address. They're like, oh, well, there's somebody running, but we haven't heard from them. Will you want to run for this seat? And I was like, sure, I guess. So I ran, and come to find out that said person that I was running against in the primary, he worked for the county election commission. Okay? Those are the people who get the votes, count the votes, do all the things. Where he was one of them Ikistan countries. So I'm not politically correct, that's why I didn't win. But it was one of them Ikistan countries, and that country was one of the top 5 most corrupt democratic nations in the world. Now, on the outside looking in, it would look like, oh, he was going to help clean it up, right? Well, when he got back, it was my own party that like put dirt on my name. But again, that's politics, right? I guess that's how it works. Instead of working together, we work against each other to make ourselves look better. Whoop-de-doo. But that was the same year that they started talking about political fraud and committing political, they cheated during the elections. I personally like to say I didn't run for office. I jogged for office because my name got put in the newspaper, and it was a really bad article they put on me. So I just kind of like took a step back, because I was, mentoring kids at the time. So I was like, yeah, we can't be having that out here. And I got a number of votes that was very shocking to me. And the only thing that I could think of was they wanted to test theories, because there's no way that I should have got any votes when I didn't, campaign for 6 months before the election. My name was on the ballot, but I didn't put myself out there. Nobody knew who I was. And then next thing you know, this party said that party's cheating, then this party said that party's cheating. So at the end of the day, I don't believe that our votes are actually getting counted properly. And I think what you said last night about how we should be tied to our phones or something, there's got to be a way. Phones and IDs with AI now.
Different options for each issue, like A, B, C, D, or, however you want to do it. You get different options for each, like different ideas for each topic,
Mm-hmm.
and each person votes on one of them, and it would be a true democracy if it's just one vote per every person.
Right.
How do we? Yeah, I mean, I would love to actually have somebody to worth voting for. I'm bad with this stuff because I just stay out of politics and I've never voted before. And some people would attack me for that and say that I'm a bad person for not voting. But it's like, dude, when there's never really
It's
a great option, then it's like.
And do you
try
ever
douche in a turd sandwich for
Right.
office.
And do you ever hear from the politicians that you have a choice to vote from? It's like they hide behind in these ivory towers, and they put out this little bit of information here and that little bit of information there, and that's what you're supposed to put your vote on.
And not necessarily even do the things that they said they would do. And then, but how did we get to you telling that story of running for office? Like, what was that?
I don't even know. I just don't believe in politicians, as nobody should, because when have you ever met an honest politician?
And just looking out for themselves.
Yeah, and we always make jokes, oh, we got to do our due diligence and vote. For what? I mean, at the end of the day, if you know how to build a house and I know how to plant food, why do we need them when there's an empty lot across the street?
Well, they even say too, like they had, I guess last year, the year before, no, I think it was last year, they did have a decent amount of like crop failure, more than normal. But we literally make, I believe, enough in the United States. We make enough food that we could theoretically feed the world.
They're just throwing it away.
And it gets thrown away. It's not utilized properly just because of
Well, we give billions of dollars to other countries so they can make more bombs.
We got issues here. Yeah. I
Yeah.
hate politics. And I hate how grim some of the most of the world just seems nowadays. Like I said, I try to stay optimistic and hopeful for the future.
That's why you stick with your bros, man.
And try to,
talk about
lift
it
lift
too.
each other up. Like that's why I always say I started the podcast to support my friends that I believed in and believe that they deserve to speak about what they've been working on and lift each other up and inspire others and inspire each other. Like you two have definitely inspired me as people and musicians, like just seeing like your work ethic and your talent and dedication to your craft. I think those things stand out in both of you.
Yeah, no. And like I said, I'm not trying to be negative by any means, but
It's hard not to. I mean,
well, not even that, bro. It's more so like, hey guys,
What's the next step?
yeah, what are we doing? Like shake you and wake you up.
shake the snow globe.
So you can actually, do something more productive with your life other than just going through the motions that they tell you have to go through. Do what you want to do. Live your life. Live your dreams. Don't tear down, build up. It's really that simple.
One of my favorite Doom bars is a killer who loved children, one who's well skilled in destruction as well as building.
Wait, what?
Not like that. No,
Run it back.
Not like XC shit, but not like
Say it again.
One more time.
one who's well skilled in destruction as well as building.
Yes. I mean, I tell people that all the time. As a warrior, there is a fine balance between destruction and peace. And sometimes the only way to find that balance is to create. And when you create certain things, you have to take from certain things, and that might disrupt somebody's way of thinking. But at the end of the day, if you truly believe you're fighting for the right side, then it'll all work itself out.
That's what, like constantly reinventing yourself and your ideas and being open to new ideas and change. And I believe that people are always capable of changing for the better. And 'cause I think I said in one of my songs too, like I'm living proof of that, I think. And
100%.
yeah, you got to believe in like people and that they can do anything they put their mind to.
You gotta have hope in people, right? It says in the Bible, repent. Well, if somebody says they're going to do one thing, but they keep doing the other thing, you can only believe them so many times. But if they say they're going to do something and the steps that they are taking are that thing, then you let them be and let them continue on to do the good thing. But you still got to check them when they're doing the bad thing, if they ever fall back into that, because that's what accountability is all about, is having checks and balances.
Accountability. Yeah, I mean, that's like one word that has stuck out to me over the years. Gratitude is another one. That's from Gary Vee. He says 3 words: GAP, gap, gratitude, accountability, perspective. Like all those things can change your life, I think, by taking accountability and responsibility for your own life, being grateful for what you have, and like having like a good perspective on like things can always having like the attitude that what is the best case scenario instead of worst case scenario, like believing those things, like those are possible instead of dwelling on the negative. How good could this turn out?
Right. And that's where I'm at. So it seems negative, I guess, on the outward, but it's like, well, if everybody's saying right now that the world's going to shit and nobody's doing anything, maybe these words that I'm saying could be the positive light to make people start making change.
Because it's clearly needed,
Yeah.
in many ways.
You know?
Whatever that may mean to you.
It's funny too, because like I had a buddy who he's a producer. He's an electronic producer in Florida, and he actually went to the ICE facility. And
Alligator Alcatraz.
he has been. I'll show you his Instagram when we get off of this. Like he's deleted everything off his Instagram, and everything is dedicated to this. And he's literally getting faces and license plates numbers for anybody who wants to figure out who these people are. So it's at the end of the day, if you wanted to do something, you would. But if you want to sit on your hands and be like, oh, it's bad, then it'll continue to be bad for you. But if you actually try to do something, the only way to finish is to start.
Y'all
You'll
hear
make change.
What happened there though? Like the 1,200 people that went missing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now it's not. There was not a single major news outlet that talked about it. 1,200 out of the 1,800 people at Alligator Alcatraz are missing. They're just gone from the ICE records completely. They don't know if they were deported or killed or anything. They don't exist on their files anymore.
That's what's scary about the world too. Like people can just be like
And not
erased.
a single major news outlet covered it. So it's still just open ended.
Do your own research, obviously. People's like Joe Rogan. You don't just believe everything here just because Marcus said it. But I'll take your word for it. But
Yeah, there are multiple
reminds me though
news
too
sources that cover it. That particular one.
what JG was just saying though, like about change and like if nothing ever changes, then like something needs to be done, or else things will happen. Like I think it is crazy that like the whole Luigi thing, like he wrote in whatever his letter, manifesto, or whatever thing it said is like, y'all have known you've been taking advantage of people in the United States. Like the healthcare is not the best in the world and it's the most expensive. Nothing's being done to change it, so you're pretty much asking me to do this. That's like pretty much what he said. Like,
And then
that's wild.
And then, you know, America leads the World Health Organization, and there's cures for cancer everywhere.
Alzheimer's.
Mario with the whistle, Luigi pipe game.
Or if you want to go, something I've been thinking about recently too is, I've seen online as well, it's like how Europe has such like interconnected trains and stuff that in the United States just really doesn't have that intensive that. Probably because they just want people to be buying gas and spending money on that than using a way more advanced public transportation. Or like Japan's got like the bullet train stuff you could get across cities in like crazy short time. Like,
On a lighter note, did you know that like Japan used fungi to like network their transit system to the most efficient way?
Oh, they studied how it was like rooted and stuff.
How fungi are like connected, and they like put some cultures on the thing, and like all of a sudden they like grew together, and it was like, oh, and then that's how the Japanese made their public transit system.
That's it.
Nature knows, the universe knows, because it was created in a divine way. We as humans, we got this little bug in us that kind of pulls us in the wrong direction sometimes.
We're so detached from nature at this point. We're essentially almost outside of the food pyramid, you know, the circle of life, because we're essentially
food
detached.
pyramid.
Food.
You hungry?
I probably
Kind of, sort
I wanted
of.
that extra waffle at Waffle House.
Yeah, no. Shouts out to Waffle House.
Shout out
Well, yeah,
Waffle.
Only
Yeah.
people will give a shout out to because they've been feeding America forever.
Yes, they have.
So good, hit the spot. But yeah, you're right. Like we are like disconnected more than ever. I think then from nature, and it is important to spend time in nature and with yourself and your thoughts and being connected to
Clear out the bad juju
Mother
sometimes.
Nature.
Yeah.
I do like the city though, but I also like nature as well.
Somebody asked me why I live in Knoxville, and I'm like, it's cool. Well, isn't that the country? Well, beats the city. Because you mean, what if the zombie apocalypse happens? How you gonna get out of here? Yeah. See, you got to think about these things. Things that you shouldn't actually have to think about, but hey, just in case.
Just in case. Well, technically, I live in Brentwood now. Technically.
Oh, big baller.
Big
Brentwood.
baller, you know me.
It'd be
Airball in the
it'd be a
shots at
shit
the
show either.
festival.
It would be a shit show either way if something like that were to happen.
Yeah, it would. That's why you should always brush up on The Walking Dead.
Never watch it.
So it's a survival guide handbook
Zombie
for,
land.
for
That's how we
zombies.
do it.
Rule number
I love
one,
that movie.
cardio.
True. Double tap.
That's rule number
Zigzag fucking. Run some routes on them.
2. Dude, speaking of routes, that was an amazing game of Blitz we played
That was
last night.
crazy
Dude.
between y'all.
What, I lost by 1?
I think one
I
point.
went for 2 at the end and fucking blew it. We're playing NFL Blitz 99 at
Up, down.
Uptown in the
Yeah.
East. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stayed out in the East last night after the show. First time performing at the Cobra, legendary venue in Nashville for independent artists to perform at. We appreciate the opportunity there. It was lit. And
It's a great show.
thank you, bro.
Great show.
Said if I can reach a couple people and they enjoyed it and like we moved somebody to tears last night with our performance, dude, I've never
That was
seen anything
awesome.
like it, dude.
That was
Dude,
cool.
she was crying. You guys are such good people. I just want to support you.
And I'm like, I wish there was more people like you, but you gotta appreciate her.
Maddie,
She
we're
was a
talking about
cheerleader.
you, girl.
Shout out Maddie. She
Bless
was a
you.
cheerleader last night.
They were cheers of joy. They weren't weird tears.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
different cheers
She-
of
she
joy.
just
It's
told
great.
us
It was
to
like a
keep
great
going at
post
what we're
game
doing.
pep talk
Yeah.
of like to keep moving forward. And it was awesome.
Sometimes it takes that little push from the outside to know you're doing the right thing, you know?
Yeah, that's why we need each other too. Like I appreciate you, JG. Like you've been super supportive of me since I met you, and a real just listener too. You just listen.
Nah, I see things in people, and sometimes they don't see it in themselves. So if I hold the mirror up and you don't see it, then I'm gonna, reposition the mirror, I guess. But you're doing your thing, bro. Don't let nobody tell you no different. You're really doing your thing. So
More
just
than
keep
ever,
going.
dude, yeah.
Don't stop. Don't stop till you get to where you want to be.
Winning streak, baby. We're on a winning streak. We ain't gonna stop.
Dubs up.
We're always gonna be learning, moving forward, moving and grooving. How you feel, Marcus, about everything right now, musically?
Feeling good. I took a little, I kind of talked with you guys how I took a little break last several months, from writing. Kind of focused a lot on just like getting good at the instruments again, like just getting back to me and the piano or me and the guitar or me and the bass. Yeah, just like, and just reflecting on like, what I want to say next. I think is the biggest thing. Is like, I think we were kind of talking last night how, image is kind of an important thing, and I want. It's like I said a lot of people have compared me with like Lil Dicky and stuff, and it's like not to knock him or anything like that, and I do see why. Like obviously like MF Plankton's like a funny song, it's like
Sex on the Beach is a
Sex on the
great
Beach
song, but it's
a
funny.
great song, but it has some funny bars in there. But I think I want to be more real and honest with people on my next project and not hold back.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you've been holding back. That's the way
Yeah.
you took it that one. And I agreed with you how like my roommates were telling me to like go to that Drewski event that they had in Nashville, and all that's cool, especially
Could have
for
been.
especially like networking too. You could probably meet a bunch of cool people out there. But I was busy already, and too. And it's like also if you do end up being on that show, I do love comedy, but like music's my main thing, and I don't want to just like have my music be treated like a joke in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Definitely don't want to be considered a joke when you have a lot of serious things to say.
Yeah, and I think that showed last night to multiple people, and that we have like a great positive message and good vibes to share and help get through the tough times and forget about them for a moment and just enjoy ourselves.
That's the way to do it. It's, you want to put people in a place where they can escape from the negativity and just be positive. You don't want to box them into negativity, but open up their minds to positivity and freedom and let them decide how they spend it. They spent it with you and rocked out with you guys. I did. I was front row center.
Yes,
Enjoyed
sir.
every moment of
Real
it.
supporter, man.
Appreciate it.
And I would just like to point out that One Night song is like such a bop that I've never heard it, but I like knew it because it was real. Yeah, it was real.
I'm glad that was your first time hearing it too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, One Night, me and Marcus coming soon.
Coming soon.
Definitely this spring or summer it will be coming out. I'm gonna drop an EP. I know I said I was gonna. That's where my mind's at. I've come to the conclusion that I would like to finish Life Is Too Hype, the album, this year, but it's probably not gonna happen. So I'm gonna do an EP with a few of the songs that were meant to be on the album. Maybe they still will be on the album too. But I'm gonna drop an EP with probably 5 to 7 songs that were supposed to be on the album for an EP called Freak Mode. We're getting a little funky, freaky, embracing those vibes that I've kind of held back on for a while, and kind of like What's on Your Mind, or and people love that shit. So I guess and that's what I've been vibing with lately, like the plug and B type beats, and got some great songs that I've been working on, and I want to finish recording those. I'm also working on the self-produced country project as well. Like me and Marcus performed Autopilot. This song is one of the first beats I produced, and Marcus did a dope guitar solo for it. So definitely would like to put, thinking that country project will probably also be an EP instead of an album, and just more focusing on the 5 to 7-ish main songs that I'm really fucking with, because I already have that many beats. I have more than that I've been making. So really focus on those and recording that myself, as well as recording the pop vibes with King, probably, since I recorded that Boss Shit song with him, and I really fucked with that, how that came out. So yeah, One Night will definitely be coming out this year. Me and Marcus will get to recording a final version. We recorded just the demo version of it, which I love too, but we gotta get it
Locked
clean.
in key, yeah.
And now that we have it memorized, we can do a much better job on it, I think. It would just sound cleaner. The delivery and everything will be much cleaner. But I'm super excited. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, JG. And it seemed that everyone else was vibing with it too. I love performing unreleased shit and seeing people resonating with it.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's how you know it's real. When you hear a song.
That's when you know you gotta release it.
Yeah, and I can just personally, I can tell, especially seeing it performed live, when a person's like, yeah, you're really not about that life. This is just something you wrote to pass the time. But when you guys were performing, I could honestly tell that y'all are into what you're saying. And that's a big key, I think, especially musically, especially now. Like I said, when there are 1 million songs released every day, people are really just releasing songs because they think they sound good, rather than releasing art and releasing how they feel inwardly. They're just, taking what they see on the outside and writing, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but have some type of investment into it other than, I want to make money off of this.
Yeah, it's got to be a reflection of yourself in some degree.
Right. And
That's never, I think, my attitude with writing songs lately. It's not, how can I make money or get a bunch of people to listen to it, which obviously, should be when you're, having a business. But also, to me, music, number one, has always been therapy to me. It's always been there for me in my hardest times, and more easy for me to express myself in that way, I think, in some ways. But what is the point I'm trying to say is that, fuck. I have a point.
It's and I don't want to seem like I'm contradicting myself either. There's the art and there's the business. Yes, you want to be able to put the two together, but you don't necessarily have to sacrifice your art for the business or your business for the art. There's got to be some type of balance in between the two. So
And I think what I meant, no, I was gonna say, sorry, was that my main intention though when I'm writing songs lately is what is going to be the most fun to perform. That is, because that is what's fun and what people probably find entertaining is when I'm enjoying myself on stage. If you see me enjoying myself up there and just in the moment, like really, I think I had moments last night where I really just felt like in a flow state. Like it was just coming out of me because I was just so in the zone. And then
and it showed. Your light was shining, big dog.
appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Means the world, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I got great friends. Like, and I said in even that boss shit, bro. It's like on the surface of that song, it sounds so braggadocious and like hard rap shit, but it's like really talking about like I feel like a boss because I'm doing what I love. I have great friends and family that support me. I'm on my own schedule and time. No one's telling me what to do. It's not that I'm rich and famous and have all these girls clamoring for me or anything, dude. It's like I don't need those things to feel like a boss.
Nah, man, you put things in order. You put things in play. You help people do the same. That's what a boss does.
You really are. I don't say it, but you really are on your boss shit. Like when you're talking about, like, because you actually, I mean, you made the show happen last night. You were the one, got all the artists together. You were the one that hit up the Cobra. It's like, that's why it's like, even when, you know, I left Triple E, I was like, I still want to be friends with you. Because, you know, even if we have slight creative differences, to not be on the same label, it's like I still want to partner with you and like, and you know, be on shows with you because it's like I know that it's gonna run smoothly because you know what you're doing.
Appreciate you, bro. I mean, that's the first time we've acknowledged it on the podcast. So we
acknowledged
can
it
maybe
on the
talk about it a
podcast.
little bit more. It was just like, yeah, a couple months ago. Like it was around the time of the Trapped Out Camp Out too. I think, you know,
It was
you
a little
made
bit
that
before
decision
to
just do your own thing.
go
I mean,
solo.
you've also been, you know, taking a break, like you said, and like even then, like before that, you know, you hadn't released a song since the end of 2024. So you were just in like, you speak more about like what.
Yeah, I
you
just
feel.
kind of, I think when you talk about the business and the art, I think I was starting to get too obsessed about, like, why is the business part not taking off yet? And, like, I put probably a bit too much of an emphasis onto, like, the Sex on the Beach music video instead of, like, creating the art. And, like, I think my mind wasn't focused on the right thing. Then we also had like slight creative differences as well. But I was just in a spot that I feel like I had become obsessed with, like trying to find a way to make money instead of just actually focusing on the art, focusing on what really gave me that passion and light in this life. And I think I just needed time to refocus and rediscover my love for music. So I've just been getting back in, just playing piano again, playing guitar, playing bass, trying different styles that I've never done before, you know, on those instruments. Trying to, honestly, on piano, try a lot of jazz voicings and that kind of thing, a lot of 7th and 9th chords, doing stuff I haven't really done before. So that way I can get back into it with a fresh perspective. And, you know, a lot of my music up until now has been, at least my solo stuff, been a lot of sample-based things. But I want on my next project for it to really just be me. You know, just me and the instruments again. Like maybe like for drums I might use some splice samples or something like that. But like I really wanted to just get just back to me playing music again. Me being one with the instruments.
And finding yourself and building your own brand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna hate you for it, dude. Obviously, I wasn't happy that, you know, you wanted to go your own way, but like I understand, of course. And I'm glad that, yeah, like you said, you know, you still trust me to like when it comes to like finding opportunities for us to get ourselves out there. And I mean, yeah, we've met so many cool people and rocked a few shows, you know.
And last night was great.
You never know. It just could be a pause. It doesn't have to be a stop.
That's why I told him too. Is it's like, yeah, I don't know if it'll like be a permanent like leave from Triple E, but I just needed at least a little while to kind of take a break from things.
Yeah,
You know.
you do. We both do. We got things to figure out personally and musically. So
We all do.
it's a never-ending journey. It's
Yeah, for sure.
endless.
Enjoyment.
We're just trying to enjoy it. Doing pretty good at it.
I definitely enjoyed myself last night, far more than the rest of the entire week. You know, that was the highlight of my week last night. Was getting to be on stage and
It's Friday the 13th, too. It's crazy.
yeah.
That was the best
You'd
day of the
think it'd
week.
be haunted, but instead it was great.
It's magical.
Ooh. Maybe we are on the wrong side of it all. Who knows?
It's opposite world.
Spooky.
How we feeling, JG?
I feel good, man. You know, I got my shades on inside because the lights are so bright. I'm sitting next to two stars. And, you know, I gotta protect the vision. That's all.
There's retinas.
Wiz is a great line in one of his old albums. In Flight School, there's a song called Superstar. He goes, "My future's so bright, I need these. Excuse me." He said something about his shades before that. You know, he said, "My future's so bright, I need these."
No, I'm gonna start wearing these a little bit more because these were the only birthday gift that I got in 2025, and I bought them for myself. Nobody really loves me. I'm just kidding. Everybody loves me.
When's your birthday?
10-10.
10-10.
10-10.
10-10 burger.
He's a Libra, just like Lil Wayne, apparently. But, you know, I don't necessarily believe in all that stuff more so than that's what people categorize you as when you're born on a certain day.
Apparently
It's crazy. Some of
Liz and I are both Virgos as well.
looking into some of that stuff, like my sister will say she's big on the astrology, that like my chart is the most like spot on accurate shit like ever. And looking at it, I've looked at it myself too. It's pretty
Interesting
I don't
how
know
it
if I
was.
necessarily believe it either, but like I will say mine was kind of accurate. Did have one that was a kind of accurate to me, where they're like an overthinker, someone who's a bit of a, you know,
Placebo. Just messing with you.
and, I mean, I do think a little bit of
But
it. It's kind of
someone saying last
Yes.
night Chinese New Year's this weekend or something, I think, and it's the year of the fire horse. It's supposed to be a good year for Capricorn like myself, so
Hey.
gonna keep charging forward with this momentum that I have and the passion. That's the fire that I have in me. I have a lot of passion for what I love, which is having great conversations with my friends and doing the music. I swear, I know you can't be all talk, but I've been doing a lot, and I'm bringing a new feature to the podcast. We're bringing Zoom interviews in. So my people outside of Tennessee, hit me up. We're going to do shorter interviews, like 30-minute interviews on Zoom. I want to talk to more people that are out of the state that I don't get to see often because it's rare that, not too rare. I mean, it is like rare, honestly, for me to go and visit people. And when I do those things, they're usually for something. And I only get to see certain people when I'm doing those things, you know what I mean? There's so many people that I have a lot of love for that I have not got to talk to and see in a while. So anybody that's creative or has, I don't know,
Positive ideas.
positive ideas that they want to share with the world. And me, honestly, just having great conversations that can uplift each other, that's mainly what I want to do. Like, I want to do more of that. I'm going to do more of that this year, and you're going to see a lot more podcasts, a lot more clips, a lot more of my face, a lot more of these guys, and putting out some new music, taking our time with some new shit, and
taking the time.
yeah, an album will come eventually, like whenever the time is right. I just can't say when that will be, but that Life is Too Hype and Life is Hype, like the Life's Hype album came out at the end of 2023, almost 3 years ago. At the end of this year, it would be 3 years ago. And it's become a brand in itself, like part of one of my personalities. Like you have the In Rotation, which is like the chill stoner vibe that I have. Life is Hype is like the more pop, upbeat vibes that I have. And Like I did the sad boy shit back in the day, but I really don't plan on going to that. I should. I might have some more emotional songs on like the country project maybe, like because it's kind of like been about my journey and like kind of like life of an outlaw type shit, just like.
Yeehaw, space cowboy.
And I think I could spit some, you know, just more of like how, you know, the journey's been long and hard at times, and we keep pushing through, and be just like being more upfront about my emotions instead of trying to pretend that everything's always good.
Authenticity,
You know.
And that's the one thing that I've been trying to do too is like, you know, people are like, oh, Josh, you're negative. That's my real name, by the way. And I'm like, no, I'm not negative. I'm being real. And if you can't handle that, then okay, I'll go deal with it myself. But if you want me to be this show pony that's always like, hey, everything's all like, no.
Right.
Everybody deals with stuff.
That's a conversation I've had with people in my family too, for real. And just because we're talking about these things doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. It needs to be talked about.
To help you figure it out.
Right, yeah. Or else you're never going to move past it.
Very simple.
So.
And a lot of people, you know, like one of my favorite artists of all time, Mac Miller. A lot of people on the surface be like, oh, he's, you know, super negative, always just promoting like drugs, but his music's so much more about that. Like,
I need to go and listen to his albums that have come out since then. I don't think I've listened to any of them in full. I've listened to like some songs.
But even like right before he died, it's like probably my favorite song of all time, 2009, is I Don't Need to Lie No More. Nowadays, all I do is shine, take a breath, and use my mind. You know, it's like that was the last message he put out before he died. You know, it was positivity.
Mm-hmm. No, he was. As I'm looking at all these posters around the room, you're surrounded by a lot of great prophets, and people don't understand that, like, you know, we have these people who are telling us these things in the music, and we just kind of bop our head and sometimes smoke weed to or do drugs to it, whatever, but they're actually trying to tell us something. And if we just listen to it, we can actually get along a little bit better. Opinions. But
Now,
it's
I
positive.
really do feel like artists are the modern day prophets. I agree with that.
Yeah, no, it's...
That's why I got them all over the room. I don't know how many you can see in the frame, but just some of my favorite artists like Juice WRLD, R.I.P. Lucky enough that I saw Juice live in concert in Connecticut when I was in school, 2018, a little before a year before he died. Lil Wayne, one of my favorite artists of all time, probably my top rapper of all time and top artist of all time. Listened to since I was like 7 years old. Pop Tropica Sluts, shout out Pop Tropica Sluts, baby. They're like two young guns from New York, dude, that I've met a couple of times from just going to their shows in Nashville and Atlanta. And they bridge together so many genres, like kind of like Juice WRLD did too, but in their own way. It's just like kind of like emo rap, pop punk, rock, rap, like I don't even know, electronic too, like with some crazy EDM vibes as well with it. It's like seeing all those genres blended together, so lit. Definitely been a huge inspiration for like the Life is Hype vibes for sure. 3-6 Mafia, especially being out in Tennessee. It's a Tennessee thing, baby.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Stay Fly. Fucking Juicy J, Stay Trippy, one of my favorite albums of all time too, probably. And Tupac, I've been bumping a lot lately, dude, because I've just been kind of like, especially that month I was sober, just kind of like going through it emotionally at times and like just, you know, being on that journey and just needing that, like, yeah, Tupac just had such a strong presence like that, you know, that gangster rap vibes, like, bro, All Eyes on Me, that album's so fucking good.
Whew, yeah, it is.
And he was only 25 when he died, bro. I'm 27 now. It's like, bro, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's crazy
Crazy to me.
To think that he is crazy to me. Southside mad.
So-
Southside MAB.
But no, it's one of those things where you don't know how much time you have to leave an impact on the world. But if you leave a big enough impact, it doesn't matter how long you were here, the impact will still always be felt.
Me and Marcus were talking a few weeks ago. I mean, he was pretty hammered. I gave him a ride home, and I go to like, yeah. But yeah, he was talking about how he just wants to at least put out like one great album before his time comes. And I think we all think about like doing the things that we want to do before our time comes. But also, what was the point I was trying to say?
I got a Georgiana feature on my bucket list.
Georgiana, yeah. She's fire. She's got a couple good songs.
Yeah,
She's got definitely an interesting flow. But what were we saying about?
Want to put out one great album.
Right. And just like having that urge, to like make sure that we say, what we were saying to each other was that like if God forbid anything happens to us, like all the unreleased music that we have, like finish it and put it out. Like I have so much unreleased shit right now. Not a lot, but like, at least like 10, 15 songs that like would love, if I don't finish them, then like do your best, like my homies that I trust to finish them and put them out. And also, side note from the story that doesn't really have anything to do with it, it's just funny. Fucking Marcus, he goes to fucking. I tell him, I was like, I gotta piss real quick, dude. I take a step outside the car. Like we were obviously having a long conversation. I take a step outside the car. I'm like, I'm gonna go piss. Venmo me for the ride home. He said he was gonna Venmo me. And then I come back from pissing, and he shows me his phone. He called another Lyft to come to his house, dude. And I was like, dude. I said, Venmo, why are you ordering another Lyft? You don't need a Lyft right now, dude. This guy's, so I canceled the Lyft for him. I opened Venmo. I was like, dude.
What are you doing?
That's how you know
That's how you know I had a good time that night.
He was too gone, doing the exact opposite of what he was instructed to do. But you still got home though, right?
Still got it. I was at home. I was at home.
We were literally in the drive, like in the parking lot of his apartment building. I was like, "What are you calling a Lyft for?"
That's funny.
It was.
But yeah,
I was getting turned up from Amadeus. From Mozart.
I don't think it was that night. No, it was the night you were.
Oh no! Wait, that was the next weekend. That's right.
Yeah, you were at Up Down, I think. Were you?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because
you were trying to get me to come in, and I was like, bro, nah, I gotta bring you back, and then I gotta go pick up my other homie Eric. Shout out Eric, and yeah.
Yeah.
How we feeling, y'all?
I feel good. I think that was a good one, man.
Definitely interesting, bro. I mean, I love having these conversations. You never know where they're gonna bring us to, but I think it's just therapeutic and helps us think about how we're gonna keep moving forward.
Keep on pushing.
Say, Marcus, what else do you have to say about you right now? Anything that you want to talk about you and music, and or just say to the audience?
Go watch the Sex on the Beach music video.
Marcus Edvardson. Marcus EDVARDSSON. Sex on the Beach. If you just look up Sex on the Beach Marcus on YouTube, I'm sure it will pop up. JG.
What's up?
This is the third time you've been on the podcast.
I'm probably going to be on it like way more, but okay. Third time's a charm. I think it's a great opportunity to speak your mind, let people get a better idea of who you are. I'm slowing down and putting out music because I have a long catalog of stuff that's already out. You just got to find it. Got a couple music videos, watch them. Just get a better understanding who the artist is. That's what all these podcasts are for, is to get to know the artist and not just the image that the artist tries to portray.
It helps us get to know each other more as well. I remember like someone commented one time, they're like, I don't know who the interview is about, like saying that like I'm talking too much about myself pretty much in the interview, but it's like, how am I supposed to get to know these people that I don't know that well on my podcast, that like if we don't talk about shit.
And we're all doing the same thing, you know? It's
right. And that's the thing too, like, you can be an introvert, I guess, but when it's time to go play ball, you're not going to just hold the ball and throw it out of bounds. So if you're
stay on the bench.
Yeah, so if you're having a conversation with somebody about your music career and they start talking about their career and you don't ever want to talk about your career, then you're the weird one, right? Like, talk about what you got going on. Like I said, I got music coming out. I told everybody who I did a lot of free features because I was trying to, help out the homies, put my name out there, and they're just hoarding these features. You know what I told them? I said, hey, you guys are on the clock, and they don't know. And I'm not going to tell you when that date is, but the date is coming this year, that if they don't release the songs properly and give me the credit to where people can actually search on my Spotify and stuff and Apple Music where they can find those songs under me too, I'm just going to start releasing the music myself.
Do it.
And if you want to do anything about it, then do something about it. But I put in work and I didn't get any compensation for it, so why should you? That's what happens when you do free things for people or ask for favors. My uncle worked in a prison. He told me favors are bad. It took me a long time to figure that one out. That's why you don't do
At
favors.
least for the wrong people. If
Yeah.
you're doing it for the right people, like,
If you do it for the right people, you got something coming back. If you do it for the wrong people, then they owe you something, and you better go get what you're owed. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's not that I did features for the wrong people. It's just I see what you're doing, and you're hoarding it for your own personal gain, rather than having a collaborative effort and trying to put out music for the masses in a collective. It's obvious to me, at least.
Gotta release it.
Gotta put it out for the people, man. They want to hear it.
It's why it's good though to like work with people that like you're friends with, of course, and just that like it's just fun. Like me and Marcus have never been like, oh, like I'm gonna charge you for a feature, dude. Like it's just we make music together because we want to make music together.
But the music comes out.
Right.
The music gets performed. But if I'm like, hey, what happened to that one track? And they're like, yeah, I was working on it. And, hey, you want to hear this new track I've been working on? It's like, no, I don't really care to hear it. I want to hear the song that we did together.
Right. Sometimes I feel like
out on
maybe
the
it's not
airways.
good enough, dude. But it's like, dude, put it out and move on from it, dude. Like,
So let me tell you about this one time. And I don't like to toot my own horn, but this has happened to me twice. I did a cipher verse with somebody, and I did that cipher verse. Everybody who was on the cipher redid their verse, except for me. I wasn't asked to come back, but that's okay. My verse is fire. Fast forward, about a year or two later, there's a show at this place we call the Birdhouse in Knoxville.
Is that where I met you?
No, that was Brickyard. That was Brickyard. Well, the Birdhouse is like a collective art place. It's like they have physical art, musical art. People can perform there, whatever. But upstairs, there's recording studios. And after a concert or show or whatever, a couple of the guys went upstairs to record a song. There was a beat. Everybody was freestyling, and I was like, I don't really like to freestyle when I'm, making music. I like to write it down, collect my thoughts, and go from there. Everybody was freestyling. Everybody's like, all right, you ready to record? You ready to record? And I got to the point where everybody said what they're thinking about what they were going to say, and they were like, "What you got, JG?" And I said what I was going to say, like after I had written it, and everybody kind of was like, and tell me why I was the only person to put anything on that song that night. I'm not going to say what that felt like for me. I'm just going to say that just was a little, I'm not going to say anything at all, but that's just a true story that happened. It's a true story that happened, bro. We went upstairs to go make a song. Nobody recorded anything. And it was just a big old smorgasbord waste of time, if you ask me. Why would you ask me to do something if you didn't plan on doing anything with the thing that you asked for?
Yeah, that's why preparation's key, I think. Like, that's why I write everything down. I have all my lyrics written down for like pretty much every song I've ever done. And I do the demo so that I can go in, like when we record one night, we've already performed that song and listened to it a bunch of times. And when we go to actually record it for real, dude, like we're going to be ready and make the most of that time that we booked in the studio, like efficiency. We're not wasting money. We're spending exactly how much money we should be to make it happen and not wasting time.
Nah, definitely can't waste time in a professional recording studio. It's work.
It's not
an
just a
investment.
place to fucking hang out. Like, we're there to work.
Right. And that's, that's how I love being in the studio, but I like working in the studio. I don't like going up, let's hang out. Like, bro, I got other things.
And also, it's a
one
lot of.
job.
It's also like I agree with
job.
not liking the freestyle. It's a lot of pressure to just like let me say something inspirational and amazing right now off the top of my head, dude. Like,
Well, not even that. It's the freestyle. Like some of the freestyles that they said, I thought were good. Everybody was freestyling about the same thing, so that's why I wrote what I wrote in that theme. And then when it's, all right, who wants to record first? Oh, it's late.
And you're just not confident in it?
And
Or what?
dude, I don't know, but I again, I'm not gonna speak on it. But I went back to that producer and I was like, yo, that track that everybody was in here on, I want to go ahead and put down my verse. Cool. Sent it to the people that were, that I had their contacts. Haven't heard back.
Which you should be able to put that verse out if you want to. Like.
That's how I feel about it, and I feel the same way about other music that I've done with people. It's like, hey, what are we going to do about the release of this? Oh, nothing. Well, I have a version of it that I want to release, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And
You gotta take power in your own hands sometimes. Like that was a lot of reason too with the podcast as well. Is sometimes, or even I've had my friend Joe is like come on the podcast to kind of like interview me and like talk about my music on the podcast, because if people aren't gonna give me that opportunity to speak about that, or I just don't see that many other like consistent podcasts out there. Not that I'm the most consistent podcast, but like over the last few years, like I've been decently consistent with it, and that just compared to other things that I've seen, like, and would love to be on other people's podcasts and have conversations with them. I have plenty to talk about when it comes to my music, and especially. So I mean, I took that power into my own hands. Like I love podcasts. I love talking with people. I want to learn more about them. I want to speak more about what I got going on. Let me just do it myself.
I've got the power. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all, especially, and everybody that's been watching, listening to the Endless Enjoyment podcast all these years. We just getting started. I've been saying that for years as well, but it's true. Like, we young as fuck. We getting it going.
Only way to finish is to start.
And we've been started, but we're just getting there. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the beginning of the race, man. We haven't got to the first water break yet. Like a marathon, where the people hold the cups.
And a spiritual journey.
Buddy.
Buddy.
We are not on a spiritual journey, guys. Namaste.
Legend JG, one last time for the listeners. Tell them a little bit more about yourself, where they can find you.
I'm Legend JG. You can find me on the internet. Just type in Legend JG, scroll a little bit, because League of Legends is weird. There's a lot of kids who like to play video games, but I'm not a game, can't be played. But Spotify, Apple Music. You can even make a Snapchat with my music on it if you like. TikTok.
If you like.
There's lots of places. Just or you can just meditate really, really hard on me, and maybe I'll just pop into your life. Who knows? But that's on you. We'll get there in another conversation.
He'll be back.
We'll be back.
Shout out to Legend JG. Third time on the Podskeee. Marcus Edwardson, he's been on here many a times. Probably close to like maybe like 8 or 10.
Yeah, it's approaching dozen probably soon.
Maybe I think you might be. We'll look into that.
We'll
By the next time you come on, we'll know like your official where you stand on numbers. But yeah, I'm Vincenzo, your host. I don't even know if I said that at the beginning, but y'all probably already know if you've watched before. If not, I'm Vincenzo. I also make music with Marcus over here as well. Marcus Edvardson.
Edvardson.
Marcus Edwardson.
EDVARDSSON. Marcus has spelled it so many times I can do it quick. But yeah, these are the homies right here. We out here in Tennessee. We out here in Nashville. It's the first time we filmed a podcast up here in my new room. Still at the same house, new room. And yeah, it's been almost 3 years in this crib in the spring. Almost 4 years in Nashville. It's been a blessing. Meeting so many cool people, being inspired, feeling rejuvenated, feeling good, moving forward with a fresh mindset. And we gonna live like life is too hype, baby.
Yeah.
And we enjoying endlessly. Thank you. Enjoy.
Much love. It's Valentine's Day.
Much
I
love.
love you
We love
all.
the fans.